It's our wedding anniversary. And you said to come out to the forest and get to read my book. Not dig dirt.
Hey Sarah, where's that bucket I asked for?
I don't want to get it.
Oh, bring the pick as well, because it'll take two of us.
I don't have the right shoes on. This stuff is getting heavy. You said I wasn't going to have to work. I could read my book.
Why didn't you get the right shoes on? But you knew you were coming out to the bush.
Yeah, well, I was a bit silly. You said reading my book and not working. Nothing about lugging your stuff.
You've only got the tripod. The rest of it's yours.
So, you're supposed to be being all romantic into carrying this stuff for me. Okay, if I get bitten by an ant, I'm going to be so cross.
Look, I'll tell you what. If you get bitten by an ant, I'll give you all the gold I find today.
Well, then it better be a lot. And you're going to cook dinner for me because I'll be in too much pain.
Oh, look up. These aren't jumping jacks or bull ants. These are, wussy ants. Go on, let's get going.
All jokes aside, we've had planned to spend most of the day in the forest together. Each of us relaxing in our own way.
Oh, let's try the other one.
But doing it together. Plus the plan was to shoot a video together, but in the end we only ended up having, I think less than an hour together before Sarah had to run off. But that 50 minutes or so that we had, geez, we had fun.
Alright, well, obviously I'm going to have to put a bit of work into this tool before I can use it properly. I watched a video the other day by Andrew from Adventure Gold, and the character of this area looked very similar to what he was showing. He was saying that that's from the old timers, and that's what they dug up and then threw on top of the ground. But this layer of mostly fine clays and silts is from the ancient river, and that before all that stuff was thrown on top, you could see where this layer was in the landscape, and then they dug holes down through it. And I think, where are we? I think this is a pit. So I'm not sure if this is the pit or this is the pit, but I'm very certain that that's the wall of a pit, and that might be the wall of a pit over there, in which case this is the hole that they've dug and it's all been silted up, and that all that gravel we were looking at on top has come from this layer down here. Now, if that's the case, it means that someone dug a hole down to here, they found this layer, and they didn't find much on it, so they didn't bother excavating this. So that could mean that we're not in a good spot. Just editing this video, a couple of things have occurred to me. Let's assume that this is a filled-in pit. There's no sign of the walls belling out at the bottom, and there's an awful lot of gravel on top. I reckon that this gravel layer is actually really, really thick. And if it's really, really thick, that's why we can't see the sides belling out. But it also makes sense of some of the results I've been getting, the hole that I've been digging, and that's what I'll show you now. Look at that! See, here's this highly mineralized stuff, bedrock. Look at this. Okay, that's a crack in the bedrock, little crevice with mineralized dirt in it. And there's a There's a much bigger one. So, another place to look once I've done this is actually down here. See if this, how far this goes down. Look at that. Look at that hard pack. That's sand, right? It's hard as hard as hard. Right, dig, dig, dig. Loving this Japanese pick, it's great, but it's too light. I need something with muscle, with oomph. Next Sunday, go to the Trash and Treasure market and I'm going to get myself a big pick. Yeah, that'll bring the crowbar down. I thought with these picks I wouldn't have to use the crowbar anymore, but fly me. Oh. Okay, this is why brushing things down is so important. Okay, this is where I was digging when we first started, and I showed you bedrock back to here, and those crevices I was digging out were there, and I cleaned that bedrock. That's, you know, pretty much solid bedrock now. Then the 2 buckets I just filled up and took back to the car came from this area here, and I thought I dug down to bedrock, and then I found I was off the bedrock and I just went down and down and down. Now that I've brushed this off, I can see that I've missed some really good spots. Like, the concern about this bedrock going down, down, down is I might have to go down a long way before I get to where the gold was really ending up, down there somewhere. But this shelf here could be a little trap, and I got all this material that I haven't dug out. And this here, that's not bedrock, that's a rock. It's a different sort of rock. It's not this sort of sandstone-y like stuff. That's completely different. So that's a relatively large rock jammed up against this piece of bedrock here, and then all these gravels packed underneath it. And it's just as well I thought ahead, because I left 1 bucket for this cleanup. So let's get digging. I think the next time I come out, I come out here, I'm going to bring my goggles. Quartz. So that's actually the back of bedrock. We've got bedrock there. That's actually the back of a riffle. Oh, look at that colour. Oh! Damn, that's getting there good and tight. There'll be a nugget behind that. Okay, so that's bedrock.
Well, I hope the sound quality is okay. We've just had a thunderstorm come through and the cicadas are going off. Suppose you want to know how much gold I got. Well, bit of a problem there in that my processing plant, my sluice boxes and the recirculating pump and so on, I broke the pump. So I got some parts coming, so I'll have that fixed soon. So I haven't run all those samples, but I did run that last bucket and got an interesting result. No shotgun pellets. That's a really good sign. All of those little dots, they're not sand. That is all flour gold. So in terms of a spec count, that is huge from just a 1 bucket, one unclassified bucket of material. I've never seen that before. That many individual pieces of gold that wasn't from a sluice run. So what I'm thinking is back that theory that I had way back where I said that hole that we looked, that filled in hole that was in the side of the bank, it hadn't been bellowed out at the bottom, which I've been told was the standard practice. We could be on top of the layer, the very top of the layer, not in the middle or getting close to the bottom. which means the next step is to, well, not so much to dig a test sample, but to dig a test pit, to dig a test mine. I need to go down. That's what I need to do. And so if I go just a foot downstream of where I was working, that'll put me on the downstream side of that bedrock, and I just go down and down and down and just keep going. That's what I got to do. I got to dig a mine. So stay tuned for that video, and I'll catch you guys online. And yeah, if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that when my stuff comes out, you'll get notified about it. So yeah, catch you guys in the comments. Have some fun. Oh, nearly forgot. The next video coming up is going to be the making of this video. The day didn't go to plan. The last few days have been a bit of a shocker. We've had the boy in hospital twice. The last two admissions in 3 days after nothing for 5 weeks. Sarah and I we only had an hour in the bush together, so this video didn't come out the way we planned it, but I don't think we've had that much fun together. Crikey, I don't know how long, and you'll get to see that in the making of Anniversary Gold. So see you in that video. Catch you guys. Bye.